Hey guys, welcome to VYNTRIS. In this video, we're just going to quickly go over how pricing works and the new pricing update. We are moving away from monthly subscriptions at this time. We might bring it back, we're not really sure, but what the most important thing is that we're trying to put the billing and the power billing back into your hands while saving you money. And the way that we're able to do that is get you the same tracking results as the other big SEO tracking programs and systems that are out there, but allow you to control what and only have to spend money on things that you actually use, right? So what we're going to do is go into the pricing page, and we have this new calculator here. Okay, and this new calculator allows you to kind of get an estimate of what it's going to cost you per month um, for using VYNTRIS. And so what we always advise is to go with 30 keywords. I know some people have 100 keywords and 500 keywords. Um, in the course of doing SEO over 20 something years, we try to not advise trying to track that many SEO keywords for local companies and companies that are trying to focus on their community and their city and maybe even their region and state, because what it does, it convolutes SEO and it actually ends up hurting you. So we always advise picking your top 30 keywords, right? And you can always go a little bit more, a little bit less, but we seem to focus mostly on 30. It generates a lot of really good traffic if you pick the right keywords and you do proper SEO and AEO and AI optimization. And whatnot. So let's get into the pricing. So what we do is we actually set it up so every platform can be turned on and turned off. So if you're looking for Google search result rankings, you can leave this turned on, right? And same thing for Bing and Yahoo. But let's say you don't care about Bing or Yahoo, you can turn those off, right? And it will lower your price. Same thing with AI overview. If you don't care about showing up in AI overview or tracking if you're showing up in AI overview, you can turn it off, right? So as you can see, with everything turned on, you're roughly going to spend around $25 a month for all this tracking. Okay. And again, you can slide it here. Let's go with 100, right? 100 keywords, which is overkill, I think, for most local businesses, especially because SEO is no longer designed on being keyword specific, but more keyword intent, which can be accomplished with way less keywords because Google and all the other algorithms are smart enough to know what people are looking for. So again, I think 100 is overkill, but that's up to you, right? So roughly 100. Let's say you want to track AI context. These are questions and phrases that are being used specifically in AI. And I want to be very clear on this. We don't have a database full of generic AI context searches that we've noticed that a lot of the other AI programs use. We work with you and we actually do the research to find out what your industry is, where your location is, what your website is, and we gather all those points of data and we construct uh, through research the best questions and comments and phrases that are being used actively used inside of AI that people are actually asking AI in your area. So if you don't know what phrases to use and to track inside of VYNTRIS, we do have a quick system that allows you to set all that up, and it does the research for you and finds them and puts it all together for you. So that is how this is. If you want to use the system, that's how you can use the system, right? So we tend to say stick with 15 context phrases. Then you have tracked point locations. Now this can kind of get a little crazy because inside of tracked points, you have both your primary location, which is your main focus. Let's say you're focusing on Dallas, Texas, right? But you also want to focus heavily on either very specific neighborhoods or maybe specific areas of Dallas. You can actually drop pins specifically where you want to monitor. And this is a little different than other systems because the other systems, they'll usually drop the pins for you in a grid, right? We don't do that. We allow you to pick exactly where you want. So for one of the examples we saw was if somebody had a business next to a waterfront, why do they care if there's pins inside the water? Right. And they weren't able to control that. So in our system, you're able to actually control that. You drop the pins where you want to track, right? And then on the pins, you can track both search results, which is this here, location targeted search results, and then also you can also track AI search results on those pins. So you can turn both those platforms on or turn them off, and you'll see your price dramatically changes based on what you're trying to do. What this actually, just so you're aware, what this really means is that you're getting 100 keywords searched in one primary location, right? Plus an additional 10 specific locations for all your keywords, for all your AI context. So there's a lot there. So there's a lot being tracked and a lot being monitored, which you may or may not need all that, right? So that's why we allow you to set how many pins you want, right? 3, 4, 5 pins, right? How many keywords you want to track, how many context you want to track, right? And how many backlinks you want to track. Now you could go all the way up 5,000 or whatever. Again, this is just an estimator, right? And you can turn platforms on and off and decide how much you want to spend per month, right? And as you can see, even with all this turned on, with a total of one primary location plus 5 additional point locations, with 75 keywords being tracked and 15 AI contexts being tracked, right? And a lot of backlinks. Let's just lower that down to like 1,000, I think is good. You're roughly going to spend around $35 a month, which is considerably less than pretty much every platform that's out there. But what's nice is you're not locked into a plan, right? So let's say during the course of a month or 2 months, you decide that you don't want to track certain things. You can turn these on and off at any time. And please look at our other videos to see how that's done. But at any moment, you can turn a platform on or turn a platform off, or turn it on and off as much as you want. So you can really control how much you're going to spend per month. But the biggest point here is that these platforms that you're tracking are all inside your control now. The power is back with you. We hope you guys like this new pricing model. It again is designed to make sure that you guys have the control. You're only needing to pay for what you actually want to track and what you actually want to get. And we're not saying, hey, look, you're going to pay this large fee of $129, and hey, you might get 5,000 keywords with that, but who cares? I mean, if you're not tracking 5,000 keywords, who cares, right? And to be honest with you, in the course of SEO and in the course of AEO, tracking that many keywords for a domain is, kind of ridiculous. It sounds really good, but does it really actually help you, or are you just paying for a bunch of fluff? And that's kind of what we're trying to get away from. We want you to only really have to pay for what you're trying to track, right? And we're trying to make it as fair and as transparent as we can. And you can see here, we break down the cost of everything to make it as easy as possible. I also want to note that this fee is for your tracking platforms, right? That includes all of our different tools that are inside of VYNTRIS, right? So you're only paying for what you're tracking on the platforms, but you're still going to get the action flow system, which is a built-in task management system inside of VYNTRIS. And what it does is allows you to create tasks, assign tasks to people. We have pre-built roadmaps. So it is in a fully featured task management system inside of VYNTRIS, allowing you to track your SEO team's actions, tasks, deadlines, everything. We also have what's called the visitor visitor replay, which is basically, you're able to record. If you choose, you can record all your sessions and see what people are actually doing on your website. So I know a lot of you don't like just reading stats. I personally don't, especially when I'm running ads and I'm running running keyword tracking. I like to see what's actually happening on my website. What are my users actually seeing and clicking on, and the pages they're going to, and where on the page are they getting stuck, right? How does the page look to them? And you can't really get that feeling, right, through just numbers. So we built in a video replay so you can actually replay the sessions that are happening on your website to make sure that things are running properly. You can actually see bottlenecks in real time on your website. So you get access to that. There's no extra fees for that. There's no extra fees for the task management system. The point is that all the other tools built inside of VYNTRIS, and if you go to the homepage, you'll see all the different tools that we have inside here, right? There's no extra fees. You're only paying for the tracking and for the platforms and the amount of tracking that you want. Again, so just go to pricing, You can play around with this little calculator here to get an idea of what you're going to pay per month. And you can see, a realistic scenario, 30 keywords, right? Let's just knock it up to 50 keywords, roughly around $34 a month is what you're roughly going to be paying. Again, that's all based on the settings you turn on. I have all the platforms turned on. If I don't care about pin locations, which a lot of people might not, once you've set, let's say your primary location, which would be Dallas, Texas, right? Maybe you don't need pin locations. So just turn that off and you can see how much it drops quite a bit. Pin locations is great when you want that zeroed in, very specific, or you want to quickly add additional locations and tracking. That's what pin locations is for, right? To get you very, very specific data that you can start plotting. Maybe Dallas has different subsections inside of Dallas. Maybe you want to focus on different sections instead. Please check our other videos on pin tracking. It'll explain it more in depth on how that works. But again, you can see how you can easily control what you need to pay per month for your tracking and to see if you're actually winning or losing in the efforts that you're putting into your AEO and SEO and AI visibility. So again, we hope you like this new pricing plan. We hope it works out well for you. If you have any questions, please let us know. And now, right now, we are currently, again, open just for beta users. We've been through our alpha testing. We're now in beta. We do have limited beta slots. So please take advantage of our beta plans and our beta memberships that allow you to talk with us direct, help steer the direction of VYNTRIS, put your feedback in, request features, talk with us live on video calls. We want you guys to have this tool that will help you and actually benefit you and your company without breaking your wallet.